Well, you could have bet the farm on this one. Our new $4 billion Champlain Bridge is behind schedule. Not a few weeks, but 6 months. Now, we talked about this project for decades, and you would have thought they could have made some allowances for the unforeseen circumstances. No, it won't open in December. Next summer is the target date, and I have my doubts about that too. In the meantime, there will be pissing matches between the consortium and Ottawa over fines and who is to blame. In the end, we are the biggest losers. Another 6 months of traffic hell trying to cross the river. I can't recall any project in this province that does come in on time and on budget. And here was another safe bet. I mean, they only had a year and a half to prepare for it. The Société Québécoise du Cannabis ran out of stock this week. Kind of reminds me of that iconic cheese shop from years ago that advertised cheese but never had any.
Stilton?
Sorry.
Gruyere, Emmental?
No.
Any Norwegian Jarlsberger?
No.
Liptar?
No.
Lancashire?
No.
White Stilton?
No.
Danish Blue?
No.
Double Gloucester?
No.
No cheese and no pot for you. The SQDC is warning consumers that shortages could last for months, and that's great news for the private dealers and their suppliers who will carry on business as usual. Nothing has really changed. Well, you have to give the mayor credit for throwing down the gauntlet. She wants to get going on her cherished pink metro line. This week she announced $1 million will be spent setting up a project office to study the idea, even if the CAQ government is somewhat cool to it.
They're moving forward with establishing their government with their priorities, and I'm moving forward with my priorities as well.
Now, Plante believes her idea of a new multi-billion-dollar line running from Lachine to Montreal North is essential to easing congestion nightmares, both above and below ground. She will have a tough fight. The CAQ will not be much inclined to do anything for Montreal, and besides, the vast majority of its support comes from car drivers. My guess is that Montreal will be a bit of a black sheep for the next 4 years. The CAQ has proved it just needs to please its rural and suburban base. And how it will help the English-speaking community is a big question mark, and not a safe bet in the least. The chickens indeed have come home to roost. We keep thinking we have hit the bottom in the United States, and we learn that maybe there is no bottom. The swirling, infested, toxic, pestiferous abyss of the 45th president has seeming no end. The awfulness of this president has enabled obscenities of the worst kind. It's now okay to go after immigrants. Neo-Nazis are fine people. Women can be groped. The free press is the enemy. And now it's sending bombs not to lock her up, but to blow her up. Now, Trump asked for this with his spewing of hate and venom, and his base has been egged on by the terrible Fox News, the administration's state television, marching orders right from the chief. Well, let's pray that enough Americans of goodwill and common sense will put a leash on this megalomaniac in the upcoming elections on November 6th. Can there be a return to sanity? I think the world needs a lot less Trump and a lot more Bartlett.
I'm the President of the United States, not the President of the people who agree with me.
I'm Barry Wilson. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out our weekly poll on Facebook. We want to know what you think, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.